Hey guys, it's Brittany and welcome to day 11 of Brittany. My God, I love this costume. I am a stormtrooper, as you guys can most likely tell. I don't have my gloves on because I kind of, I talk with my hands a lot. I want you guys to know that it's still me under here, even though you can still hear my voice and everything, but girl, I'm leaving this helmet on the whole video, so I want to give a huge thank you and shout out to Spirit Halloween for sponsoring this video. I will leave all of their links down below. Thank you so much for partnering with me on this video, and I love this costume, So are you guys ready for another creepy story? I can't believe how close we're getting to Halloween. I'm so excited, but I'm sad at the same time, and it's just this month is going by so fast. So this story is all about a girl who moves into a new home and she starts seeing things out of the corner of her eye. So there was a woman that once lived in this house, and 5 years prior to when she was actually going to move out, her husband passed away. So one day she was just, packing up her husband's things. She was very sad. It was very depressing. And she noticed that the temperature dropped. The next day she continued packing when the temperature dropped even more. So she was getting up to kind of see, what was going on, and she passed a mirror. And when she passed the mirror, she saw a shadow staring at her in the mirror. She couldn't really describe what this shadow was, but it had many different forms. It would look like water flowing, and then it would look like a really extremely tall person. And she noticed when she was staring at it through the mirror that it was coming out from the wall behind her. So when she turned around, nobody was there, and that freaked her out. When she turned back to look at the mirror, the figure was still behind her, but this time even closer. So when she looks behind her, nothing's there. When she looks in the mirror, she sees it there. That is so scary, and that is another reason why mirrors freak me out. She was absolutely petrified, and this figure kept moving closer and closer to her. So she was screaming and yelling for help, but nobody heard her. A couple of weeks went by, and one of the woman's friends came over to check on her because she hasn't really heard from her. So she just wanted to make sure that she was okay. So she knocked on the door. There was no answer. She thought that was super weird, which it was. So the police actually came over and did an investigation. When they walked inside of the house, the TV was on, and there were a few empty boxes just sitting by the TV. This woman was never found. Nobody knows what happened to her. So the house was eventually cleaned out and then put up for sale. This house was empty for many years. There are so many rumors circulating about what happened in that house, so many crazy stories. Until one day, there was a nice family that were moving from the city, and they wanted to live in this house. So, all right, you do your thing. Once this family moved in, for a couple weeks, everything seemed to be fine, until one day the temperature dropped, and that's when all the weird stuff happens, right? So the daughter was playing in her room, just playing Barbies or something, dolls, and she noticed the temperature dropped. So she went to her parents and asked them what is going on kind of thing. The parents said that they didn't know, so the daughter went back to her room and she started playing with her dolls again. They ended up fixing the problem, and then a few weeks later, they continued having a happy life in this house. But then, randomly, the temperature dropped again, and the daughter was sitting in her room just brushing her hair, and she noticed a dark shadow standing behind her in the reflection. The daughter was screaming. She was so scared. Her parents ran in. They're like, "What is happening? What are you screaming about? Is there someone in here?" They just didn't know what was going on. She told them that there was a shadow in the mirror looking at her. They didn't believe her. They thought that she was crazy, and they made her go see a psychiatrist. After all of these visits to the psychiatrist, when the girl finally came back home, she really believed that it was just all in her head. It was all her imagination, and everything was okay. So for 1 year, a whole year, everything was fine. Everything was normal in this house. Till one day, the parents decided to go out, and that was the same day, a year later, that the temperature dropped again. So her parents were going out that night, and this girl was 13 years old, so she was kind of experimenting with makeup. So she was sitting in front of the mirror just playing with her makeup. Her parents were gone, and that's when she noticed the shadow figure standing behind her in the mirror. She was absolutely terrified, and this thing was getting closer and closer and closer to her, and every time she would turn around and look, she wouldn't see anything, but when she would look in her mirror, the thing was there. Anyways, when her parents came home, they came home to an empty house, and they could not find their daughter anywhere. There was a whole police investigation. Her daughter is missing. No one knows what happened to her. So obviously, this figure like sucked her into the mirror or something, you know, like that is absolutely terrifying. You guys know how I feel about mirrors, so I was like, you know what, let's bring on a mirror story, you know, even though it has nothing to do with my stormtrooper costume, but you know, whatever. So I hope you guys enjoyed day 11 of Brittyween. Let me know down below what you would do if you were looking into your mirror and there was a figure standing behind you, and every time you turned around it was gone. You only saw it when you looked in the mirror. Like, oh my god, it's so scary. Let me know what you would do down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, you rock my world. These song lyrics, Michael Jackson, hashtag team Britty44, hashtag Britherins, hey. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. I am uploading every single day this month. Every single video will be on my channel at exactly 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and in every video I will be in a costume. I have 3 locations coming up soon, guys. I'm super excited for you guys to see that. The Villisca Axe Murder House is the Brittyween finale. I cannot wait to show you that. But I have 2 more investigations as well. Oh, I'm so excited, so stay tuned. Also, my Friday the 13th video, I'm super excited to share that with you guys as well. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Bye.